What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with the Page, and today I want to talk about the books I want to buddy read. As you would have seen last week, I did a video which is the buddy reads that I have planned. However, that is a very small stack. So I wanted to talk about some books that I would be very open to buddy reading if anyone was free to do so. I have quite a little stack, and I also have a few other little things just to throw on in. The first thing I want to buddy read are whatever books get chosen for Library of the Unread on Facebook. So I have migrated the Library of the Unread from a Discord to a Facebook group. It just works better for me. I don't know why, but I definitely want to keep that going for a little while. It is going to be bi-monthly. I'm still not sure what our August pick is since I'm filming this a little bit early, but I'm very curious to see what comes up, and any of these for the remaining months will be what I use. But yeah, if you would like to join the Facebook group, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to add anyone as long as you feel comfortable knowing that it's not as anonymous space as Discord. But I'm more than happy to continue to grow it there, but I think that platform's going to work better for me so that I can actually, you know, have the polls work better for me and just all that good fun stuff. So the first things I'm going to be buddy reading are whatever I want to buddy read, whatever books come up there. Then I want to talk about some books that I own. Now I got a little stack on my lap, and that there's some chunky monkeys. So the first one I would love to buddy read is House of Earth and Blood, first in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I got this as a gift and I've just been holding off on it, and I really do want to get to it. I think it would be great as a buddy read, being able to discuss the different elements. I have read the ACOTAR series, I haven't read Silver Flames yet, but if someone's in a similar sort of thing, haven't read The Throne of Glass, then this could be an interesting place for us to buddy read and talk about Maas's writing and how we feel about it and compare it to the different things. Next is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I don't know. I'm too afraid to conquer this beast alone. I think it's one of those ones that I will either, it's so floppy, end up just divvying up into pages, into chunks of like 50-page increments and reading that throughout, like how I did with Priory, or having someone guide me along the process as well, so then I feel motivated to pick it up and actually discuss what's happening in the story rather than just, oh yes, things are happening. Oh my god, it's illustrated. What the fuck? That is creepy. Fascinating. Anyway, I just found out this is illustrated. Love that. The next is Dune by Frank Herbert. I do think this is the Interstellar Book Club for August. I might be wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's one of those ones that I feel like I'm going to be very intimidated by it, so I want to have someone holding my hand along it so then it's not as intimidating. And finally, I understand if people don't want to read this, but that's The Stand by Stephen King. I think Ash managed, but he really struggled. It's a bit of a funny one, but I think if I'm going to get through it, I want to be with someone throughout this process pushing me through it. It is 1,211 pages and they are fucking Bible themed page. If anyone does want to buddy read this with me so then I'm not alone, that'd be great. As you would have heard, I'll leave it linked up above, but I'm also planning to read it in October with Shah and Antonasia Lachey, so maybe this might be a next year one, but hit me up if you're interested. The next is some booktube darlings that I just haven't got to. So The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I've never read a Cassie Clare before, and yeah, there was the Shadowhunter along, I think, on Instagram, and I was going to participate in that, and then it just fell by the wayside. I was trying to do that on top of Booknetathon and trying to read 15 books for that. Sort of want to still have an external motivation with this. I could do it by myself, but I think it would be a more enjoyable experience doing it with someone else. The next, similarly, is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I think it would be interesting to talk about what's happening, where we think it's gonna go, things like that, and just how we're vibing it. It's definitely a booktube staple, and I'd be really curious to see someone else that hasn't read it before, or is someone wanting to do a reread that knows what's coming, but could be really interesting. Then The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. I have not read this yet. and I feel really bad because it's been out for ages and I feel like it's going to be fabulous. So I feel like I need a buddy read to hold me accountable to actually pick it up. I think that I will really enjoy this and I just have to get to it. So if someone wants to buddy read it so then I actually pick it up, that would be great. And I have Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the second in the Brown Sisters series, and there is a slight chance that I might have read this before this video goes up. I don't know what my August TBR is yet, so that's fun. Pre-filming, love that for us. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm very excited for it, but I think it would be fun to buddy read it. Aoife and I were going to, and then I had too much on my plate. I might message her when I do eventually get to it to see if she wants to reread it, or if someone else would like to do the buddy read with me. That would be lovely. Then I have two little random ones. The first is Queens of Geek by Jem Wild. I talked about this before in my 5-star predictions video. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun, and I think I would enhance my reading experience by having someone buddy read it with me and be able to talk about all the con stuff and just all the different aspects to it. So yeah, I think this would be a cute, fluffy buddy read, but an enjoyable experience nevertheless. And finally, The Arsonist by Chloe Hooper. This would have shown up a few days ago in the Fireplay in a Not Safe for Workathon recommendation as one I have not read, but I'd be very curious to read it with someone else considering it is non-fiction and set in Australia about the 2009 Black Saturday fires. A little bit of a different one, but I feel like I'm not going to pick it up unless I have that external motivations, and I think it will be really fascinating to talk to someone about this actual event and be able to research it together and go more in depth to it rather than just reading it and letting it go by the wayside. So in terms of books that I don't own, I'm really interested in Infinite Splendors by Sophie Laguna. This is going to be a very dark and heavy book, and I think I just want someone to be there with me so I can sob to someone and actually have that emotional support that I feel like you will need for this book. I also am really interested in Love Objects by Emily Maguire. Don't know too much about it. I know that there's quite a bit of swearing and the C word is used. I don't know if that turns people off from reading it, but I am really fascinated by what I've been hearing about it. And similar to The Arsonist, if there's any non-fiction, I think that non-fiction is great to buddy read with people because then you can discuss your different experiences, how you relate to it, and actually just do more of a deep dive rather than reading it and going, cool, I've now read this book, but not actually absorbing and utilizing that information and actively putting it to the forefront whilst communicating with someone else. Any non-fiction I'm pretty interested in. The code word for today is TO. That is it, nice and simple. Let me know in the comments if you want to buddy read any of these, or if there are some books of yours that you are dying to buddy read and just haven't found someone yet. Hit me up. Definitely curious to see what you're eager for. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, I am doing VEDA, so I'm making videos every day in the month of August, and subscribe to see more of that if you don't want to miss one, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye!